Hey everyone, welcome back to Snow Walker Outdoors. I'm Brian, and today we're going to talk about choosing the correct compass. So we did a video a little while back, and it was the navigation kit that you should have with you if you want to do some serious navigation. At the base level of that kit, you need a compass. There's many different styles, many different ones to choose from. Let's talk about choosing the right one to accomplish the tasks that we're looking for. We're going to start with the worst and go all the way up to what I feel would be the best choice to use for orienteering when you're in the wild. We have to remember that not all compasses are created equal. Not every compass is readily suitable for serious land navigation. Most compasses that are out there, when you get into the lower end spectrum, are for general direction purposes only, and should be used as such. Others are built for high-speed work, precision work in the outdoors. Choosing the right one for your needs comes down to how accurate, in the end, you want to be while you're out there navigating. Starting with our least favorable compasses that we would have and use winds up being the button compass and or the wrist compass as well. As you can see here, these are not very suited for using for map work or any type of serious navigation. They'll just give you your cardinal directions and you can figure them out. Now, there are two different sides of the coin with these. This compass from China will cost you about 99 cents. This compass from True Nord is $100. And they build these by hand, and they would be far more accurate per se than that button compass right there. Now, I don't expect people to go out and actually buy $100 button compasses. However, if you want something that's a little bit more dependable to use as a backup to your primary, then maybe you would go with something like this. Now, with these button compasses, there are a few tricks that you can use to help make them more accurate, as shown in these two different pictures. And so you have that. Now, the other thing would be, this is no more than basically a button compass that you can put on your watch, and you can have this on your watch band as well, so you don't have to worry about possibly losing the button compass. So moving on to the wrist compass, this is the Sun 2 version, a little bit better off than just a plain button compass. It does have some, there's a sight right there and your arrow for aiming. You would actually read it this way so that you can read your degrees, and you're actually reading them backwards. You're actually lining this up, you put it over the top of your north facing arrow, and then you would read your degrees there. You still have to take this off. I mean, you could try to do this and wear this at the same time. It's in 30-degree increments, and once again, per se, I would use this for general direction while you're moving along a course and keeping it there. So again, there's no way that you can really measure angles with this. There's no integration to use with this on a map. And again, general direction only. So moving on, the next compass that we have is the military lensatic compass. And a lot of people go out and they get these because they are the bomb. They are very rugged. They'll take a lot of abuse and they just keep on ticking. They are very good for helping you walk a very straight line or a straight azimuth. It has a lid here. Now in here you see that there is a wire. You can see that wire there. And then you have this flip up lens that you would actually use to sight while you're walking. Okay, and then you take your azimuth. Now, the thing that makes this bad is that, number one, there's no way to adjust the declination in your compass. So you would have to do all the work mathematically to figure out your coordinates and your azimuth. The next thing is that it's in 5-degree increments on your face, and unfortunately that's just not really good for precision work when we start talking about some serious orienteering. So good compass. Now I can tell you from personal experience and use that unfortunately, if you start wearing progressive glasses as you get older, you will not be able to use this lens, and you will not, depending upon your prescription, you are not going to be able to pull everything in to actually clearly read your degrees on this face. Another thing that you need to take into consideration as you're getting older is a compass that you can readily read. So, lensatic compass. So the next compass that we're going to have is a baseplate compass, and this is a compass that you can use to actually help plot your courses. It's rectangular in shape. It is transparent so that it is to be paired with your topographical map while you're using it. It contains scales. It also has a ruler on there. The scales indicate the map that you're going to be using for if you're measuring distances and the like while you're using this. The baseplate compass can be used for plotting grid coordinates, drawing azimuth lines. Many models, when you get to the higher end, if you turn this over, if you look right there where that little screw hole is, you can see that that is where you would adjust your declination, thereby making life a little bit easier, so that you don't have to use, math all the time. The only drawback to using a compass such as this is that there's no way to sight your azimuth. So you actually physically just have to hold this in front of you. You have to hold this in front of you, and you have to turn your body like a turret, and you have to look there at your direction of travel arrow and hope that you're actually on the actual position and object that you might be sighting in. So it makes it a little bit less precise. The mirrored sighting compass. And what this is this mirror compass actually takes the best of both worlds of, per se, the aiming feature of having this mirror and the gun sight that you see right here, as well as all the features on a baseplate compass. The hinged mirror that you see here has this notch. And what this actually allows us to do is when we're taking our azimuth, we can accurately point at a distant object while simultaneously viewing back here in our mirror our coordinates, which is back here on the compass face. Again, it takes into consideration all the things on a baseplate. It does have its scales. It has a little magnifying glass as well, and yeah, it's the way to go. We can still do everything that we need it to do, and it's a much more accurate compass. Now, the thing about a compass like this is that it does have some redundancies as far as different things. So you can actually use that mirror that's in there to inspect yourself if you need to. You could use it as a signal mirror as well. There is the magnifying lens that's right there that you should be able to create some type of solar ignition if you're patient enough and your tinder works well. Also, it does allow you to look at things on a map a little bit more closely if they're too small. So, when we start to think about what a compass does for us, this is the most bang for your buck. If you're actually serious about doing land nav, this is probably the way that you want to go. You want to invest in a good quality mirror compass that has adjustable declination. This one, again, the same thing. If you look back there, there it is. you see a little screw hole right there. You can adjust the declination in this compass as well. It's luminescent at night, should you decide to travel at night. You know how to use it well, and practice with it regularly, because it's just another perishable skill. We all get caught up in going to different areas that we've been to 1,000 times, and we take our compass for granted because we don't even pull it out. But use it regularly, and just remember that they're not just for finding direction, but they are there for staying on course. They plan routes, and you can navigate your way out of trouble if you have a really good compass. Remember, the compass actually helps you determine direction of travel, measure azimuth between points, reduces lateral drift so that you can actually physically walk in a straight line, and then it provides a backup for plotting grids and measuring distances. So in the end, pick the compass that's going to work for you. Don't cheap yourself. Get the best one that you can afford, and use it and trust it. So, Brian from Snowwalker Outdoors, thanks for your views and your comments. Till the next one, we'll see you.